Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Jess with That Pixie Planner Life, and today is our very first Fantasy Fridays, and I am so excited about it. If you want to see what we're talking about today, stick around because that's coming up right now. Hey Planning Fam, welcome back to the channel, and like I said, today is our very first Fantasy Fridays, and I am so excited about it. I am a little nervous too, not gonna lie. This is a huge commitment, and I'm just gonna say really quickly, this isn't me committing to this every single Friday. I'm gonna do my best to bring you guys a Fantasy Fridays video as often as I possibly can. Obviously, every Friday is the goal, and it's my intention to bring that to you. However, I have to continue to allow myself grace and balance, as it's kind of the only way to really deal with my anxiety these days. Also, one other thing I want to say is that I'm a little stuffed up again. I'm not sure what's going on, so if I sound a little off, it's because of that. I'm going to do my best not to talk with my hands too much. I know it kind of gets in the way of my face and things like that, but I am a hand talker, so bear with me. Okay, so Fantasy Fridays, what are we talking about today? If you guys weren't aware, if you're new here and this is your first time watching, I recently did a girls' Disney trip back in November with my mom and my aunt, and I went to Crystal Palace for the first time. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that Chef Mickey's has always been my all-time favorite character breakfast. However, I have a new one now. Ah, shocker! But that's what happens when you try new things in Disney, you guys. You broaden your horizons and you find out there might be better out there. I absolutely fell in love with Crystal Palace breakfast, and I just want to say really quick before I give you tips and tricks and pointers or my best advice for getting a reservation here, the character interaction here is incredible. I have yet to go to Topolino's. I know that one is probably the one to beat, and once I do go there, I might have a new favorite character breakfast. However, right now, Crystal Palace is at the top. I was blown away by the personalities of Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore and Tigger and Piglet. They were amazing. They were so in character. Whoever the cast members are that are playing them, incredible job. They really just made me feel like I was having breakfast with my best friends. It's Friendship Day every time you're in Crystal Palace, you guys. So it was incredible. So if you don't know what Crystal Palace is a restaurant inside of Magic Kingdom. And if you're facing the castle on Main Street, Crystal Palace will be off to the left, kind of tucked away in a corner behind Casey's, right near the First Aid Center. The style of Crystal Palace is very old Victorian feel, almost meets greenhouse, I think is the best way to explain it. And it is really beautiful. If you're into that type of architecture with bright natural sunlight, it's gorgeous. Those are two of my favorite things. I would love to have a home that's old Victorian, done up with massive windows letting so much natural light in. It's breathtaking. Crystal Palace is a buffet restaurant, both for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Two different price points. If you're going for breakfast, it's a little bit cheaper, and then if you're going for lunch or dinner, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's nothing compared to many other Disney restaurants on property. So if you would like to score a Crystal Palace reservation, you do need a Magic Kingdom Park Pass reservation because the restaurant is located in the park. The beautiful thing about this is if you can score a early breakfast time, so any time between 8:30 and before that, you're walking into a practically empty Main Street, USA. And they'll let you in as long as you have a reservation. Our reservation was at 8:15 and we were able to get in as early as 7:30. That gives you 45 minutes, you guys. 45 minutes to take some photos, enjoy the atmosphere with not a lot of crowds. It's amazing. So I want to really push for you to try and get a breakfast buffet reservation. I have not done the lunch or dinner yet, but there are plenty of other Disney YouTubers and vloggers out there that have. Personal favorite is Paging Mr. Morrow, Nate. He's gone to the lunch and dinner at Crystal Palace many times. He loves it. So if you're interested in that, you can check out some of his videos. But we're talking about breakfast today. So as I said, Crystal Palace breakfast buffet, character breakfast buffet is more affordable than a lot of the other ones. Chef Mickey's is, I believe right now it's almost $60 per person. Crystal Palace is only $30 per adult, and I think it's $24.99 or $27.99 for kids. So it's way more affordable, and the food, you guys, is really good. It's not a huge plethora of food choices like Chef Mickey was back in the day when it was still a buffet, but you still have quite a bit of options, and the options that they do have are really good. They have a little like yogurt bar, and they have cereal. They've got eggs, bacon, sausage, like all of your normal breakfast type foods that you would expect to see. They have Mickey waffles, of course. They also have a center where someone is cutting ham. So if you're someone who likes ham for breakfast, you can get that. Then they have some specialty features like hash, eggs Florentine. I think there might have been some like breakfast Mexican dishes too. But my all-time favorite thing that I ate there, you guys, was a new item, and it is the churro Mickey waffle. These were such a game changer. They were so delicious. Yes, are they super sweet? Yeah, they're super sweet. So if you're someone who it's like, it's too much, you don't like a lot of sweetness for breakfast, this might not be for you, but I encourage you to at least try it, because I love Mickey waffles in general, but these were like next level. I will go to Crystal Palace over and over again just for those churro Mickey waffles. They were phenomenal. They were so good. Another thing that I want to talk about Crystal Palace is they do like a little friendship fair parade around the restaurant. So while you're eating, there's two sides to the restaurant. Like you walk into the center, and then there's some seating and dining to the right, and then there's seating and dining to your left. And there are 4 characters. You've got Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and Tigger. 2 of the characters will be on one side, and then the other 2 characters will be on the other side for this little friendship parade that they do. And the cast members line the characters up, and they march and dance to this little song, and it is so cute. I loved it. I got a kick out of it, and I gotta tell you, whoever was playing Tigger that day, they were on their game. He was bouncing and dancing and jumping. Adorable. Like, Tigger was amazing. I think we had walked right in, and he was right there. And he came up to the table, and he was so excited to have some new people joining them for breakfast. And he was jumping and clapping. And I just grabbed his hands and I started jumping with him, and we're jumping together. I wish I had a video of it because it was so cute. And I was like, I'm so excited to be here too, Tigger. And he's clapping, and guys, the best character action ever. And then Pooh, I got the best hug from him. I almost started crying because, like, I don't know if maybe whoever was in character for Pooh that day could sense my energy. I guarantee you whoever was playing him was an empath, because I was having a lot of anxiety that morning, and I needed that hug. That hug made my morning, you guys. And then Piglet was like interacting and talking with his hands a lot. And then my Eeyore, he was answering my questions, and he like put his arm around me. And then we had the cutest little side-by-side hug. You guys, the characters. I know characters aren't for everybody, especially us Disney adults. Some Disney adults are more about the shows and the rides. But for me, and all of the childhood trauma that I've been through in the past, and having anxiety and borderline PSD and all these issues, I am very much a character Disney adult. And I'm okay with that. I'm saying it loud and proud. That's who I am. It's part of why I love Disney. And when you get a character interaction that is so heartwarming, it really does do something to you. It does. And it did something to me that day. And it truly made me fall in love with them in this restaurant. So, final thoughts on Crystal Palace. I am rating Crystal Palace a 9.5 out of 10. I know that's a high rating. And this is just for Crystal Palace breakfast, their character breakfast. This is not a rating for their lunch or dinner, as I've never done it. This is just for the Crystal Palace character breakfast, and 9.5 is right on the money. The only reason I docked like 0.5 is probably just because the food, I wish there was a few more options. So as I said before, the options there are good. They have like really solid options and like a good variety for many different people. However, for me, I wanted like a little bit more. I would have liked a few more pastries. They did have croissants though, those were good. And also some of the food was a little bit cold. But other than that, I will go back there over and over again. I cannot wait to take my husband there. He's not as big into characters. He likes some of them. He loves Mickey. He loves Goofy. And he likes some of the villains. But I think he'll really enjoy this character breakfast if I know him as well as I think I do. So let's now recap. If you book the Crystal Palace early, you get into Magic Kingdom earlier, and then you get the bonus of walking down Main Street and taking photos with not a lot of crowds. It is the most affordable character meal on property, I believe, with it being $30 for adults and either $24 or $27.99. I will check the price and I'll put it right here at the bottom of the video for you guys, so that way you have like confirmed pricing. But either way, it's the most affordable right now. Amazing character interaction, top notch, the best I've ever had, and a really good variety of food, and the atmosphere. The atmosphere is incredible. So those are like the key points. So if that's something you're looking for, and I will say this too, it is amazing for kids. I think kids will really love this character breakfast, especially littler ones. It might be a little bit, you might be bordering the cusp of maybe a little bit too immature for your older kids, but I'm still gonna bring mine anyway. I don't care. However, it's great for adults too. Like if you're on a couples trip, like we just went, me, my mom, and my aunt, we were on a girls' vacation. It's great for that too. So just keep that in mind if you have kids, or maybe if you're just doing like an adult trip, it's a great option either way. So I hope you guys liked my review of Crystal Palace. I hope I hit on some key points for you, and I also gave you a couple of tips. Try to book it as early, the earlier the better. That way you can get into the parks earlier and score some really great photos over on Main Street or in front of the castle. Definitely give yourself some extra time to do that. And yeah, that's it. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever been to Crystal Palace, and if you have, what's your favorite thing about it, if you are a fan of it, or if you feel opposite of me. I think everybody's experiences are different. It just depends on what type of Disney adult you are, or Disney fan in general, and what you love about the parks. And I look forward to reading all of that. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you joined my Planning fam by hitting the subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in the next Fantasy Fridays. Happy planning and stay magical.